fight what cannot be fought.
Don't worry about Steward Gix. I'll handle him. He'll be mad for all of 3.5 seconds. Come on, we need to show Gix these artifacts.
Ah, Magister Siren. You've taken your time getting here. Come, introduce me to our new friend. Magister Siren, yet again you neglect your duty to go on an adventure. You're completely out of control, you blasted weed. You're very lucky my expedition team needed your help to get out of there. I'm going to go easy on you. This time. But if I ever find out that you ever risk another novice's life on one of your little curiosities, I'll prune your ears. Mark my words. Ah, our newcomer. I'm sorry for all the trouble. Siren is something of a firecracker.
The novice did very well, Steward. Don't fuss. Look, we even recovered these unusual artifacts. Won't you translate the writing for us, Gix?
Don't wheedle me, you leaf-addled reprobate. Why I tolerate him... Oh, my goodness. This is fascinating. Tell me, was anything missing from the cave?
Yes! The dredge had taken a weapon from the cave. That's a wonderful guess. Guess something else, Gix. This is fun.
By the cogs of creation, they took the sanguinary blade. It's a legendary sword made of frozen blood. The weapon was lost when the stone summit dwarves vanished.
A sword made of blood? What kind of blood could possibly be made into a weapon?
The worst kind. Dragon blood. Magister, novice, you must find that blade and bring it safely to the Priory.
We're on it, sir. You can count on us.
These artifacts are amazing. The prince's name was Dagnar Stonepate, apparently, and he was tremendously famous.
Famous then? Dead today. He's nothing but a bone orchard now.
Better than mood loot.
I've got deals you won't believe.
Goodbye. Look at this place. It must be tremendously old. Centuries even.
Older than that. The Dwarven civilization lasted for more than 2,000 years, and this might be one of their first structures. It's so sad that the dwarves all turned to stone and went to fight the dragons. Sad, but brave.
The Dredge brought the sword here to find a way to destroy it. We'd better hurry before they succeed.
You're absolutely right. First, we have to cross that windy bridge. I can use my magic to fly, but you'll have to foot it. Those flags and the torches flutter when the wind rises, so watch them carefully. Use the walls for cover. Keep your footing, go as fast as you can, and don't worry, it'll be cherry. Here we go. Watch the flags and use the walls for cover. That wind is fierce. Why would anyone want to live underground? If you ask me, both dwarves and Asura have some serious issues. I know these symbols from my priory training. This is the tomb of Dagnar Stonepate of the Stone Summit Dwarves. Dagnar killed a human prince named Rurik, destroying the peace between the kingdoms of Kryta and Askarol. That apparition must be the ghost of Dagnar's Drake Mount. I don't think it's noticed us. Ignore it and find a way to get up to that ledge. You never learned that trick. Huh. Well, looks like you'll have to climb. I think I see a path to the top. I'll mark it for you. Follow the trail of sparks.
Come here, old friend.
can try and open a portal for you. This might explode. You did great! I knew you could do it! Whoever that Norn was, his friends took out his friend.
Who's that?
They took the swords. Nobody passed us on the way in, so they must still be in here. Maybe down this hallway. Let's go. Tomb raiders, as opposed to tomb researchers. Beautiful guys, they're the best. Get him.
Intruders! Protect the dragon's blood sword! Feel the cut of the sacred blade, brother. May Tormag's strength fill you. Destroy them! I will escape with the blade! I feel incredible strength coursing through my veins! Praise Tormag!
Frostbeard. I've heard of him. He's a son of Svanir. They're dragon cultists, and Stig is a mean one. If he's got the sword, it'll be nothing but trouble.
Did you see what happened when the blade cut his friend? It turned that Norn into a monster.
I saw. That looked like dragon corruption to me. I guess the sanguinary blade really is made of dragon's blood. Gix was right. That's bad news for us, too. That sword will corrupt anyone that holds onto it for too long. Before we retrieve it for the Derman Priory, we'd better find a way to protect ourselves from the corruption.
What about the sword's original scabbard? The dwarves must have made it strong enough to contain the blade.
True. But how do we find that scabbard? It might be easier to create something of our own, using Priory knowledge. Give it a rumble in your brain, and let me know when you've made a choice. Isn't it amazing? Hundreds of years ago, this was a proud stone summit fortress. They were a group of xenophobic dwarves. Cruel, brutal, and unyielding. They're the ones that enslaved the dredge. Well, mostly. Now look at it. Everything it stood for, both good and bad, has been washed away by time. I'm continually amazed at Tyria's resilience. The stone summit kept their most valued artifacts here. The Priory retrieved quite a bit, until those nasty pirates moved into the area.
You think the scabbard's still down there?
I'm sure of it, Novice. The question is, how do we convince the pirates to let us poke around? Buy them some beer? Oh! Convince them we're just shrubs!
I like the idea of convincing them, but I think we should use our convincing weapons. Come on.
What could possibly go wrong? I defy those pirates to stop us. You hear me? Defy! Let's do this then. Now that's what I call combat archaeology. Well done, Novice.
We retrieved the scabbard. Now, how do we find the sanguinary blade?
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot to tell you about that part. Oops. The Arcanist back at the Priory used a scrying spell to track Stieg. They told me that he's hiding near Black Baal's mill.
We're also on double secret probation. Turns out Gix was mad about us not reporting after we went to the tomb.
Wait, we were supposed to report in? Siren?
If we don't find Stieg Frostbeard soon, the sword will corrupt everyone around him. It'll turn them all into monsters.
We've got to hurry to Black Baal's mill. I'll meet you there. And Siren, don't forget to bring the scabbard. Now it's time to move on. Sweet, sweet treasure.
Hello there, Norn. We're here from the Dermond Priory, and your friend Stieg has something that belongs to us.
We're just here for Frostbeard. Bring us the sword he carries, and we won't hurt you.
Pathetic little bookworms. Stieg Frostbeard is mighty. He will attack Lion's Arch, and we will show you all Dragon's power. Stieg's blood sword is a holy relic of the dragon, Jormang. The dragon blesses Stieg for his faithful service. He will lead us to victory.
It's not too late. Please, think about what you're doing. The dragon may give you power, but in exchange, he's made you slaves.
Abandoned dragon in his time of triumph? Why would we do that?
Lion's Arch is filled with innocent people. You can't do this.
They aren't listening, Novice. Time to switch to Plan B. Go get them! Give us the sword. This power works so much.
Mine! Such might!
It's time to kick some sod.
worthy of Jormag's sword.
Well done, novice. The sanguinary blade is ours, and Lion's Arch is safe from Stieg Frostbeard.
It's hard to believe that Stieg was willing to see all his Norn friends die, just to keep the power of the sanguinary blade.
That's not hard for me to believe at all, novice. It's typical of the idiots who serve Elder Dragons. The dragons are a blight. They don't care about anything but their hunger. Their followers are just bad. Even if we find a way to save the world from the dragons, I sometimes wonder if we'll ever find a way to save us from ourselves. When Gix told me I was going to be mentoring a new novice, I thought it would be an incredibly boring task. But you know what? I really like you. You're willing to try new things, and you've got a good head on your shoulders.
Thanks, Siren. I have to admit, this has been a lot of fun.
Cherry, come on, let's get the sword back to Gix. After that, we'll work on saving the world.
At last, the sanguinary blade. I shudder to think of the damage it would have wrought without your aid. You've both done well. Consider yourselves off probation. Further, novice, I hereby promote you to the rank of explorer, with all the rights and privileges, etc., etc. I'd like you to continue your partnership with Siren. Perhaps you can keep this deciduous do-gooder out of trouble.
Thank you, Steward Gix. I'd be happy to collaborate with Siren. We work well together.
Poor Gix. You're just jealous that you're stuck in here being leadery and responsible while we're having all the fun.
Yes, yes. I'm sure that's exactly what it is. Be that as it may, I must rely on you two for another project. Your next endeavor is a research assignment involving one of the lesser races of Tyria. Do try not to teach them bad habits, Siren. Explorer, get a briefing from Siren, and choose which species you'd like to study. Now, go.
Sweet, sweet treasure.
A practical guide to Hylek tribes says this one is friendly but insular. I suspect friendly means not hostile yet, so we'll need to win their trust.
Please, my brother served with you for many years. Help me save him. Your brother fought for the right to be our champion. Why would you take that honor from him?
Hi there, Hylek. I'm Siren from the Derman Priory. We heard you talking to that guard. Maybe we can help.
I don't know, but I do need help. My brother was our champion. He offered himself as a sacrifice to save our village. They say it is an honor, but the champions never return, and we just keep sending more. I want to rescue my brother before it's too late.
Maybe we can help each other. If you get us in to speak with your leaders, we'll come with you to save your brother.
I can do that. I'd do anything to have my brother back. Come this way. This way. If we want to save him, we'll have to hurry.
We heal as one.
Such might! Stay away! Faster! You crossed the line. Faster! That is where they take the sacrifices. Stay close.
Let's do this then.
Faster! Such might! Where's my brother? No!
have they done to him?
Wait! Don't go in there alone! Everyone's always telling me, don't go in there alone!
This thing is not my brother. My brother was a hero, a champion. The undead turned him into this. And it was the priests who sent him here. Unforgivable.
I'm sorry about your brother. But yes, each village champion becomes another undead soldier in the dragon's army. We want to stop this too.
Then we'll need to prove it. Take the head from this undead thing. When the priests and chiefs see it, they'll have to believe us.
Astonishing and gruesome, but effective. You Hylek know how to make a point. Look away, Igniu, and we'll do it.
Now do you see? It's like I told you. Our champions are returning as undead.
I see. You may pass. Show that to the High Priestess right away.
I'm eager to see who the next champion will be. May the sun god smile on him. Or her.
Move. The chief wants me to improve my aim, so I need all light. All life, all goodness comes from the sun. Without
You
the sun,
crossed the line. We must speak to the High Priestess. We have proved that the champions are being killed and turned into undead.
I've seen your proof. But the High Priestess is not here. She's gone to prepare for the procession. She doesn't know Sabiti, and she's tired of hearing this from you. She'll say that head could be anybody's and dismiss you as a troublemaker.
We took it straight from the undead thing Sabiti had become. How else can we prove your sacrifices are actually making things worse? On second thought, never mind. Leave it to us. The Priory won't rest until we help Igniu convince your leaders.
A fitting end to that. Ah, better than moon loot.
The tournament is nearly over, but there's still time for you to participate. You must beat 3 challenges: vision, words, and might. And unless the High Priestess says otherwise, you must beat them alone.
No problem. The Derman Priory accepts only the best of the best. Just wait until you see my friend here in action.
This is a sacred ceremony. Who brings these outsiders here?
I do. The Derman Priory sent us a contestant who would gladly serve as our champion.
We need nothing from the Derman Priory. We will secure the Sun God's blessing on our own.
But isn't it true that all who live are beloved by the Sun God? Why can't a willing outsider compete?
Ikniu is right. If an outsider earns the Sun God's favor, then an outsider shall be our champion. Let the god decide.
A worthy effort. Perhaps there is hope for this challenger after all. Now, on to the Chief and the next test.
Hear me, Chief Kekwan. I offer this for the challenge of words. My eyes are the keenest, my strength the greatest, my bravery the fiercest. I have slain everything that walks, swims, or crawls. I have claimed new breeding and hunting grounds for our people. I am the one.
Well said, Techutli. You are indeed blessed, but we must hear from the newcomer. Words of your chief. I declare that the outsider has won the challenge of words.
But the test is not over.
I chose you!
The next challenge is the challenge of might. Challengers, to the testing grounds. Prepare to face the beasts of land, sea, and air. This is the final challenge. Prepare yourselves. The beasts of the air will challenge all. Only a champion can defeat them.
I am not afraid. Test me, O son. I am ready.
Such might!
Stay down.
And your lives.
You're in trouble now. To battle!
We heal as one. Such might!
Come forth, creatures of the deep.
I give up.
It is done.
The sun smiles upon us. Come, Victor, and receive your honors.
Listen to me. Your previous champions have all been turned into undead. They are now slaves and soldiers for the Dragon's army.
Silence. The sacrifice of champions has kept us safe because the Sun God wills it so.
That's false. We've witnessed the undead army personally, and it just keeps growing larger. Soon, it will come for you. Soon, your village will be nothing but dust.
The Sun God chose these outsiders. They speak for the Sun God. We must fortify the village and defend ourselves.
No, they will not spoil the ritual. If the champion will not be our sacrifice, then I shall. I will protect the village, even if no one else will.
If you think that's best, Priestess. But I don't see the need. We are going to fortify the village and make a stand with our new champion here.
Look at these creatures, and I think of my home in the Grove. What would I be willing to do if something threatened it?
A fitting end to that. Better than moot loot.
This way. The chief is waiting.
Come here, old friend.
Hello again, Chief. It looks like you've been busy. How long until your defenses are ready?
Not long. I will not let this village die because I could not see such an obvious threat.
Don't be too hard on yourself. The dragon's minions can be very sneaky. Lots of folks don't notice them creeping in until it's too late.
I'm grateful that you opened my eyes. Now I must see to the main gate. I sent my best scout to observe the enemy, and he should be back soon. It would help the villagers to see you standing with us. Would you check the rest of our defenses and make sure they're done?
was hoping to fall in love at least once before I died. But I guess I'm ready. If you are.
Listen, my people. Listen to your chief. The sunless dragon spawn deceived us. They defiled our champions and are now coming for us. But we will fight. I've sent our best scout to observe their approach. When they come, we will be ready to...
Chief Kekwan? I've failed. The undead. They're coming.
Koyolaki, can you hear me? Hang on. We can still open the gates.
Don't. It's too late.
I chose you!
They're already here.
Run then. Hide yourself. We will come for you when the battle's won. Koyolaki, please, by the Holy Sun, answer me! You, the Sunless, are here. Stand fast. Stand against their assault. Fall back and protect the village.
Watch the ground. Those crabby, tendril things look dangerous. It's no good, Kekwan. We need to evaluate the villages now. Save your people.
Hey, you're right. I mean, to the front. Protect the retreat. Everyone else, please.
Blasphemy. The undead. She's one of them now.
this, then?
Gone. Our homes, our hunting grounds, our breeding grounds, all gone. But it would have been worse without the Priory.
We're sorry you lost your home. But this is just a sliver of the dragon's power. Unless we all work together, this will happen to all of Tyria.
Then send for me when you need allies against the dragons, and I will come. For my brother and my village, I owe you that much.
Good, because that fight is coming, soon, and we will need all the help we can muster. We have more work to do, but I wish you luck in settling new grounds. May the Holy Sun shine on you and protect you until we meet again.
It's my destiny.
mysteries in the world.
If I'd known this job was going to involve so much digging, I'd have stayed in the family book card business.
Ghost pirates! I love my job. It's exciting.
And to think, miss, we've spent all this time together, never realizing, never daring to hope. Forgive me, but is there anyone waiting for you back home in Lion's Arch?
Only my cats and my rare manuscripts. Why do you ask?
Could you do me the honor of helping me clean the substratum of relics?
Oh, yes, sure. I'll get right on that.
Huh?
Might.